Imagine yourself seated in a grand auditorium, the air thick with anticipation. The lights dim, and a spotlight illuminates the stage. I, Neville Goddard, step forward to address you on a matter of utmost importance. The willingness to give up your present limitations. As I gaze upon your eager faces, I see the infinite potential that resides within each of you. Yet I also perceive the invisible chains of limitation that bind you to your current circumstances. These chains, my dear listeners, are not forged by any external force, but by the very thoughts and beliefs you hold within your minds. Tonight, we shall embark on a journey of transformation. We will explore the vast landscape of your imagination and unlock the power that lies dormant within you. For it is only when you are willing to give up your present limitations that you can truly step into the life you desire and deserve. Let us begin by understanding the nature of your limitations. These are not physical barriers or insurmountable obstacles. No, they are merely thoughts, ideas that you have accepted as truth. But I say to you, with unwavering certainty, that these limitations are as flimsy as a house of cards, ready to collapse at the slightest breath of your newfound awareness. Consider for a moment the things you believe to be impossible in your life. Perhaps you think you cannot achieve great wealth, or find true love, or attain perfect health. These beliefs, my friends, are the very limitations that keep you tethered to a life that is less than what you are capable of living. But I ask you, who decided these things were impossible? Who declared that you must live within these confines? The answer, though it may be difficult to accept, is you. You have accepted these limitations as your reality, and in doing so, you have given them power over your life. Now, I can hear the protests rising within you. But Neville, you might say, these limitations are based on my past experiences, on the hard facts of my life. To this, I respond with a truth that may shake the very foundations of your understanding. Your past does not determine your future unless you allow it to do so. You see, my dear listeners, time is not a linear progression from past to future. It is a vast sea of possibilities, and you are the navigator of your ship. At any moment, you have the power to change course, to set sail for new horizons that you previously believed were beyond your reach. This power lies in your imagination, the most magnificent gift bestowed upon humanity. Your imagination is the workshop wherein you can fashion any reality you desire. It is the canvas upon which you can paint the masterpiece of your life. And it is through the conscious use of your imagination that you can begin to dissolve the limitations that have held you captive. Let me share with you a fundamental principle that underpins all of creance. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything you perceive in your outer world is but a reflection of your inner states of consciousness. The circumstances of your life, the successes and failures you experience, are all projections of your beliefs and assumptions. Therefore, to change your life, you must be willing to change your consciousness. You must be prepared to give up the limiting beliefs that have shaped your current reality. This, my friends, is where true courage is required, for it is far easier to cling to the familiar, even if it is unsatisfactory, than to venture into the unknown realms of possibility. But I implore you, summon the courage to challenge your limitations. Dare to imagine a life beyond the boundaries you have accepted. For in that daring lies the seed of your transformation. Consider the great figures of history who achieved the seemingly impossible. The Wright brothers, who dared to believe man could fly. Edison, who illuminated the world with his persistence. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who dreamed of equality in the face of overwhelming opposition. These individuals did not accept the limitations of their time. They dared to imagine a different reality. And through the power of their imagination, they brought that reality into being. You, my dear listeners, possess the same power. The only difference between you and these great figures is that they refused to accept the limitations imposed upon them by society or their own doubts. They were willing to give up their present limitations, and in doing so, they changed the course of history. Now, you might be wondering, how do I begin this process of giving up my limitations? The answer lies in a practice I have long advocated, the art of revision. This powerful technique allows you to rewrite your past and consequently reshape your future. Imagine for a moment that your life is a play, and you are both the lead actor and the playwright. The scenes you have lived up to this point have been scripted by your past beliefs and assumptions. But now, armed with the knowledge of your true creative power, you can rewrite these scenes. Each night, as you lay your head upon your pillow, take a few moments to review the events of your day. But do not simply replay them as they occurred. Instead, revise them. See them unfolding in a way that aligns with your desires. If you encountered failure, reimagine it as success. If you experienced lack, visualize abundance. If you felt fear, replace it with courage. This practice of revision is not mere fantasy or escapism. It is a powerful tool for reprogramming your subconscious mind. For your subconscious does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience in the physical world. By consistently revising your day, you are laying down new tracks in your subconscious, creating new patterns of thought and belief. As you persist in this practice, you will find that your outer world begins to conform to your revised inner world. The limitations you once accepted as immutable facts will begin to dissolve, replaced by new possibilities and opportunities. But revision is just the beginning. To truly give up your present limitations, you must be willing to live from the end. This means assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when your senses deny its reality. Suppose you desire financial abundance, but your current circumstances show only lack and struggle. The conventional approach would be to work harder, to strive and strain against your circumstances. But I say to you, this approach only reinforces your limitations. Instead, I urge you to assume the feeling of wealth and abundance now. How would you feel if you were already in possession of the financial security you desire? What thoughts would occupy your mind? How would you carry yourself? What decisions would you make? Live from this state of consciousness. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of freedom that comes with financial abundance. Do this not once or twice, but consistently, persistently, until it becomes your dominant state of being. You see, my friends, the outer world must conform to your inner assumptions. This is law. Therefore, by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are setting in motion the forces that will bring your desire into physical manifestation. Now, I can hear the skeptics among you raising objections. But Neville, you might say, how can I feel wealthy when my bank account is empty? How can I feel healthy when my body is racked with pain? How can I feel loved when I am alone? Your senses show you only the effects, never the cause. What you see in your outer world is the result of past thoughts and beliefs. But the power to change lies in the present moment, in your ability to choose a new state of consciousness regardless of external circumstances. This requires faith. Not blind faith in an external power, but faith in the creative power of your own imagination. It requires the courage to deny the evidence of your senses and to live as though your desire were already a fact. Remember, the Bible tells us faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your faith, your unwavering belief in the reality of your imagined state is the very substance that will clothe your desire in physical form. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, I found myself in New York City, penniless and without prospects. The limitations of my circumstances seemed overwhelming, but I refused to accept them as final. Instead, I began to imagine myself as a successful lecturer, sharing these very principles with eager audiences. I felt the satisfaction of standing on stage, hearing the applause, sensing the impact of my words. I lived in this imaginal state consistently, denying the evidence of my senses that told me I was a failure. And do you know what happened? Within a short time, opportunities began to present themselves. I was invited to give lectures, first to small groups, then to larger audiences. My reputation grew, and soon I found myself traveling the country, sharing these truths with thousands. This transformation did not occur because I struggled against my circumstances or because I was particularly gifted. It happened because I was willing to give up my present limitations. I dared to imagine a different reality and to live from that imagination. You My dear listeners, can do the same. Whatever limitations you currently face, be they financial, physical, emotional, or spiritual, you have the power to transcend them. But you must be willing to give them up. You must be courageous enough to imagine and feel a new reality, even when every outer circumstance seems to contradict it. Now, let us delve deeper into the mechanics of this transformative process. To give up your present limitations, you must first become aware of them. This awareness is not about dwelling on your problems or reinforcing your current state. Rather, it's about recognizing the thoughts and beliefs that have created your present circumstances. Take a moment now to reflect on the areas of your life where you feel limited. Perhaps you believe you're not intelligent enough to pursue higher education. Maybe you think you're too old to start a new career. Or perhaps you've convinced yourself that you're not attractive enough to find a loving partner. These beliefs, my friends, are not facts. They are assumptions you have accepted as truth. But just as you have accepted them, you have the power to reject them and replace them with new, empowering beliefs. The process begins with a simple yet profound shift in your thinking. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I am. Instead of focusing on what you lack, direct your attention to what you desire to be, do, or have. For instance, if you've been telling yourself, I can't afford that, replace it with, I'm abundantly prosperous. If you've been thinking, I'm not smart enough, change it to, I'm intelligent and capable. If you've believed, I'm too old, affirm instead, I am the perfect age to begin anew. These new statements may feel false at first. Your rational mind, conditioned by years of limiting beliefs, may rebel against them. But remember, you are not trying to convince your rational mind. You are speaking directly to your subconscious, which accepts as true whatever you impress upon it with feeling and persistence. This is where the power of your imagination comes into play. As you make these new statements, create vivid mental images that support them. See yourself living the life these statements imply. Feel the emotions associated with this new state of being. If you're affirming abundance, see yourself easily paying your bills, generously donating to causes you care about, enjoying luxurious vacations. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of security that comes with financial freedom. If you're claiming intelligence and capability, imagine yourself confidently tackling challenging tasks, receiving accolades for your work, sharing your knowledge with others. Feel the satisfaction, the pride, the excitement of fully expressing your intellectual potential. If you're asserting that you're the perfect age for new beginnings, visualize yourself embarking on exciting new ventures, learning new skills with ease, inspiring others with your enthusiasm and vitality. Feel the energy, the optimism, the sense of unlimited possibility that comes with this mindset. The key here is to make these mental images as vivid and as emotionally charged as possible. Your subconscious mind responds to the language of feeling and imagery. The more real you can make these imaginal scenes, the more quickly they will be accepted by your subconscious and reflected in your outer world. I must caution you, this process requires persistence. You cannot expect to overturn years of limiting beliefs with a single affirmation or visualization. Just as a farmer must tend his crops daily, you must nurture your new beliefs consistently. Make it a daily practice to affirm your new state of being. Spend time each day in quiet contemplation, immersing yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Do this upon waking and before sleeping, when your subconscious mind is most receptive. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your outer world. Opportunities that align with your new state of consciousness will start to appear. You'll find yourself making decisions and taking actions that support your desired reality. When faced with these new opportunities, they retreat into their old patterns of thought and behavior. They allow their present limitations to resurface, sabotaging their progress. This is why I emphasize the need to be willing to give up your present limitations. It's not enough to imagine a new reality. You must be prepared to step into it when it begins to manifest. If you've been affirming financial abundance and suddenly an opportunity for increased income presents itself, you must be willing to embrace it, even if it challenges your comfort zone. If you've been claiming intelligence and capability and find yourself offered a chance to demonstrate these qualities, you must be ready to rise to the occasion, even if it feels daunting. Remember, your outer world is always reflecting your inner state. If you maintain your new state of consciousness, your outer world must conform to it. This is law. But if you allow yourself to be pulled back into old patterns of thought and behavior, you will perpetuate your present limitations. This is where faith becomes crucial. Not blind faith, but faith born of understanding. Understanding that your imagination creates reality, that your assumptions shape your world, that consciousness is the only reality. When doubt creeps in, as it inevitably will, remind yourself of this truth. Recall times in your life when your imagination has created your reality, even if in small ways. Perhaps you strongly imagined receiving a call from a friend and they called. Maybe you visualized finding the perfect parking spot in a crowded lot, and there it was. These seemingly small manifestations operate on the same principle as the greater changes you now seek to create. Moreover, look to the great achievements of humanity for inspiration. Every invention, every scientific breakthrough, every social change began as an idea, an imaginal act that defied the limitations of its time. The airplane, the telephone, the computer, all of these were once deemed impossible. Yet individuals dared to imagine them, to assume their reality, and in doing so brought them into being. You, my dear listeners, are no different from these visionaries. You possess the same creative power. The only difference lies in your willingness to use it, to dare to imagine beyond your present limitations. Now, let us address a common obstacle that many face on this journey of transformation: the opinions and influences of others. As you begin to give up your present limitations, you may encounter resistance from those around you. Friends, family, colleagues may attempt to pull you back into your old patterns of thought and behavior. This is natural. People become accustomed to seeing you in a certain way, and your transformation may challenge their own limiting beliefs. But remember that opinions are based on your past expression, not on your infinite potential. You must be willing to stand firm in your new consciousness, even in the face of opposition or disbelief from others. This doesn't mean you need to argue or try to convince anyone of your new reality. In fact, it's often best to keep your inner work private, at least in the beginning stages. Instead, maintain your new state internally, regardless of external circumstances or opinions. Continue to live from the end, feeling and acting as though your desire is already fulfilled. As you do this, you will find that the outer world, including the people in it, will gradually adjust to your new vibration. Remember the words attributed to Mahatma Gandhi: be the change you wish to see in the world. As you change your inner world, your outer world must follow suit. Now, let's explore another vital aspect of giving up your present limitations: the release of attachment to specific outcomes. This may seem counterintuitive at first. After all, aren't we focusing on manifesting specific desires? The key here is to understand the difference between the essence of your desire and its particular form. When you tap into the essence of what you truly want, be it love, abundance, health, or success, you open yourself to infinite possibilities for its manifestation. For instance, if you desire financial abundance, don't become fixated on winning the lottery or receiving a specific sum of money from a particular source. Instead, focus on the feeling of abundance, the sense of security and freedom that comes with financial well-being. By doing so, you allow the universe to bring your desire to you in ways that may far exceed your limited imagination. Similarly, if you desire a loving relationship, don't become attached to a specific person or a particular scenario. Focus instead on the feeling of being loved, cherished, and in a fulfilling partnership. This opens the door for love to enter your life in perhaps unexpected but perfectly aligned ways. This release of attachment also helps to dissolve the anxiety and desperation that often accompany strong desires. When you trust in the perfect unfolding of your imagination, when you know that what you have assumed as true must manifest, you can relax into the present moment, enjoying the journey of transformation. As you practice living from the end, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you may notice an interesting phenomenon. Your desires themselves begin to evolve. As you give up your present limitations, you may find that what once seemed like an ultimate goal now appears as just a stepping stone to even greater possibilities. This is the nature of spiritual and personal growth. As you expand your consciousness, as you release the shackles of limitation, you open yourself to ever greater expressions of your infinite potential. Therefore, be willing to let your desires evolve. Don't cling to old goals out of habit or fear. As you give up your present limitations, allow yourself to dream bigger, to imagine grander possibilities for your life and for the world. Now, my dear friends, as we approach the final stretch of our discourse, I want to address a question that may be arising in your minds. What if I fail? What if I try to give up my limitations and nothing changes? Failure is impossible if you truly understand and apply these principles. What may appear as failure is often just a temporary misalignment between your inner and outer worlds. It's a signal to examine your consciousness more closely, to root out any lingering doubts or contradictory beliefs. If you find that your outer world is not changing as rapidly as you'd like, don't despair. Instead, use this as an opportunity to deepen your practice. Ask yourself, am I truly living from the end? Am I maintaining the feeling of my wish fulfilled consistently? Am I allowing contradictory thoughts and feelings to persist? Often what seems like failure is simply a call to greater faithfulness to your imaginal act. It's an invitation to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your understanding, to persist in the face of apparent opposition. Remember, the outer world may take time to reflect your inner changes. Just as a ship doesn't turn on a dime, your life circumstances may not transform overnight. But if you maintain your new state of consciousness, if you persist in living from the end, your outer world must eventually conform to your inner reality. Moreover, what appears as a setback or failure often contains within it the seeds of an even greater manifestation. Many of history's great successes came on the heels of apparent failures. The key is to maintain your faith, to hold fast to your new state of consciousness, regardless of outer appearances. As we near the conclusion of our time together, I want to leave you with a powerful exercise to help you give up your present limitations. This exercise, which I call the ladder of ascension, will help you systematically release your limiting beliefs and ascend to higher states of consciousness. Imagine before you a grand, golden ladder reaching up into the heavens. Each rung of this ladder represents a state of consciousness, a level of being. The lower rungs represent states of limitation, lack, and fear. The higher rungs represent states of abundance, love, and unlimited possibility. Now see yourself standing on the rung that represents your current state of consciousness. Look up the ladder and choose a higher state that you wish to embody. This could be a state of financial abundance, radiant health, loving relationships, or any other desired state of being. Close your eyes and imagine yourself climbing the ladder, moving towards this higher state. As you ascend, feel yourself shedding your limitations. With each step, feel yourself becoming lighter, freer, more aligned with your true unlimited nature. When you reach the rung that represents your desired state, pause there. Look around you from this new vantage point. How does the world appear from here? How do you feel in this new state of being? Allow yourself to fully experience the reality of this higher consciousness. Now open your eyes, but maintain the feeling of this elevated state. As you go about your day, continually remind yourself that you are operating from this higher level of consciousness. Make decisions, interact with others, and perceive the world from this new state of being. Practice this exercise daily, always choosing a higher rung, always expanding your consciousness. As you do, you will find your present limitations falling away, replaced by an ever-expanding sense of possibility and power. My dear friends, as we come to the close of our discussion, I want to impress upon you one final truth. The journey of giving up your present limitations is not just about personal gain or individual success. It is about stepping into your true identity, as a creative force in the universe. As you release your limitations, as you expand your consciousness, you become a beacon of light in the world. Your transformation inspires and uplifts those around you. Your expanded consciousness contributes to the elevation of all consciousness. Remember, we are all one. Your liberation from limitation serves not just you, but all of humanity. As you give up your present limitations, you help to dissolve the collective limitations that bind our world. Therefore, I urge us, be bold in your imagining. Be courageous in your assumption of new states of being. Be persistent in your faithfulness to your imaginal acts. For in doing so, you are not just changing your own life. You are participating in the transformation of the world. Go forth from this place with a new resolve. Know that you are not bound by any limitation unless you choose to accept it. Know that within you lies the power to create any reality you can imagine. Know that you are, in truth, an unlimited being temporarily expressing itself in human form. Dare to give up your present limitations. Dare to imagine a life beyond what you have previously thought possible. Dare to assume the feeling of your wishes fulfilled. As you do, you will find that the entire universe conspires to bring your imagined reality into being. Remember, consciousness is the only reality. You are that consciousness. You are the creator of your world. Embrace this truth, live from it, and watch as your life transforms in ways more wonderful than you could have ever imagined. Thank you, my dear friends, for your attention and your willingness to embark on this journey of transformation. May you go forth and create lives of unparalleled joy, abundance, and fulfillment. The power is yours. Use it wisely. Use it lovingly, and use it now.
You are pure consciousness, and everything you behold, every circumstance, every event, every condition in your life is but a shadow, a reflection of your own wonderful human imagination. The fact that you are here listening to these words at this very moment is no mere coincidence. It is a divine appointment orchestrated by the depths of your own being. You see, time as we know it is merely a concept created by consciousness to experience succession. In reality, all moments exist simultaneously in the eternal NOL. Therefore, when I tell you to trust the timing of this message, I am asking you to recognize that your own divine self, your own wonderful human imagination has drawn you to this moment for a specific purpose. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you questioned the timing of events in your life? How often have you wondered why now or why not sooner? I tell you with absolute certainty that every moment is the perfect moment, for it is chosen by the God within you, your own wonderful human imagination. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. This is not speaking of some external force determining your timing. No, it is speaking of you, the operant power, choosing the perfect moment for your own awakening. The very fact that you are receiving this message today is proof that you are ready for it. Your consciousness has expanded to the point where you can receive and integrate this profound truth. You see, consciousness is the only reality. And as your consciousness expands, new truths become available to you. This is why you must trust the timing. Let me share with you a principle that I have tested countless times, and I invite you to test it for yourself. The principle is this: your outer world is nothing more than your inner world pushed out. Therefore, if this message has reached you today, it is because your inner world is ready for the transformation it contains. Many of you sit here wondering about your desires, your manifestations, your dreams. You question why they haven't materialized yet. But I tell you, timing is not something that happens to you. It is something that happens from you. You are the operant power. You are the one determining the timing through your state of consciousness. When you truly understand this principle, you will never again question the timing of anything in your life. You will know with unwavering certainty that everything unfolds in perfect divine order, your divine order. For you are God pushed out into expression, and God's timing is always perfect. Now, let me explain something that many find difficult to grasp. The time it takes for your desire to materialize in the physical world is directly proportional to the naturalness of the state you assume. When you truly inhabit the state of your wish fulfilled, when it becomes so natural that you cease to think about it, that is when it materializes. This is why you must trust the timing. For when you trust, you relax into the naturalness of your desired state. When you trust, you cease to wrestle with time. And in that cessation of struggle, your manifestation appears with a naturalness that makes you wonder why you ever doubted. Consider the growth of a seed planted in the ground. It doesn't fret about when it will become a tree. It doesn't compare its growth to other seeds. It simply rests in the certainty of its own unfolding. This is the level of trust you must cultivate in the timing of your own manifestations. You see, the outside world is dead. It has no power to determine when things happen in your life. It is your consciousness, your imagination, that gives life to everything you experience. Therefore, when this message reaches you, it is because your consciousness has drawn it to you at the perfect moment for your evolution. Let me share with you a profound truth that few understand. Time is not a barrier to your desire's fulfillment. Your concept of time is. When you truly grasp that all possibilities exist now, that all states are available now, you will cease to be a slave to time and become its master. The Bible tells us in the beginning was the Word. This beginning is not some distant past event. It is now. Every moment is the beginning. And in every moment you are speaking the word, imagining that creates your reality. Therefore, trust that this moment, this Enodao, is the perfect beginning for whatever you desire to manifest. Many of you have been waiting for signs for the perfect moment to start living from your desired state. I tell you, the arrival of this message is your sign. The fact that you are hearing these words is your perfect moment. For in truth, there is no waiting, there is only accepting or rejecting the state you desire to occupy. Think about the times in your life when something arrived at what seemed like the perfect moment. Was it not true that your state of consciousness had shifted just before its arrival? This is the law operating with mathematical precision. Your state of consciousness determines the timing of everything in your life. When you understand this law, you will never again say, I'm not ready or it's not the right time. You will know that your consciousness is always ready, that every moment is the right time. For consciousness is the only reality. Consider how many times in your life you've looked back and understood why certain things happened when they did. This retroactive understanding is proof that there is a divine order to all things, an order that proceeds from your own wonderful human imagination. The great mystic Meister Eckhart said, "The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me." In the same way, the consciousness through which you perceive this message is the same consciousness that orchestrated its arrival in your experience. Therefore, trust it completely. You see, what appears to be timing is really the perfect synchronization between your state of consciousness and its outer manifestation. When you change your state of consciousness, the timing of events in your life changes automatically. This is why you must trust the timing of this message. It is evidence of your own inner transformation. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The very doubt you might feel about the timing of things in your life is itself perfectly timed. For it is through doubting that you come to seek deeper understanding. And through seeking that you come to know the truth of who you really are. Remember the story of Joseph in the Bible. He was sold into slavery, imprisoned, and seemed to suffer many delays before his rise to power. But was any of it poorly timed? No. Every event was perfectly orchestrated to bring about the fulfillment of his divine destiny. Your life is no different. The secret is this. Instead of trying to time your manifestations, allow your manifestations to time themselves through your unwavering faith in the law. When you do this, you will discover that everything happens at exactly the right moment. not according to your limited human understanding, but according to the infinite wisdom of your divine self. Many of you have been told to be patient, to wait for the right time. But I tell you something different. There is no waiting in consciousness. The moment you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you have activated the divine timing. Your only task then is to persist in that state until it becomes your natural state of being. I think of it this way: when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust the invisible process that transforms that seed into a mighty tree. Similarly, when you plant a desire in your consciousness, you must trust the invisible process that brings it into manifestation. This message reaching you today is like that seed being planted. It contains within it everything necessary for its full manifestation in your life. Your task is not to question the timing, but to nurture it with your faith and water it with your unwavering assumption that what you desire is already yours. The Bible tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This faith is not a blind belief in future events. It is the present evidence of an existing reality in consciousness. When you have this faith, timing becomes irrelevant, because you know that what is yours in consciousness must manifest in your experience. Let me share with you a profound truth that has transformed countless lives. The timing of your manifestations is not determined by external conditions or circumstances. It is determined solely by the consistency of your assumption. When you consistently assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, divine timing takes over. You see, what appears to be delay is often divine preparation. Just as a mother carries her child for 9 months before birth, your desires are being carried in the womb of your consciousness until the perfect moment of their birth into physical reality. Trust this process implicitly. Consider how the entire universe operates with perfect timing. The rotation of the earth, the movement of the planets, the changing of the seasons. This same divine intelligence that orchestrates the cosmos is within you, timing the manifestation of your desires with equal precision. The very fact that you are receiving this message now is evidence of this perfect timing. Your consciousness has expanded to the point where you can receive and integrate these truths. This is why you must trust the timing. It is a reflection of your own spiritual readiness. Remember, in the realm of consciousness, there is no past or future, only the eternal no. Therefore, the perfect timing for anything you desire is always now, provided you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is the secret of divine timing. Many of you struggle with what you call divine timing versus your timing. But I tell you, there is no difference. Your timing, I has divine timing, for you are the divinity you seek. The only thing that delays your manifestation is your belief in delay. When you truly understand that consciousness is the only reality, you will cease to concern yourself with timing altogether. For in consciousness, everything exists nolu. Your only task is to select the state you wish to occupy and persist in it until it becomes your reality. Let me tell you something that few understand. Time is not a factor in the fulfillment of your desires. It is your attitude toward time that determines when your desires will manifest. When you cease to be anxious about timing, divine timing naturally takes over. You see, anxiety about timing is a confession of lack of faith in the law. When you truly believe that what you have assumed in consciousness must manifest, you become indifferent to time. This indifference is the secret of perfect timing. Consider how a flower blooms. It doesn't force itself open, it unfolds naturally in its own perfect timing. Your desires manifest in the same way when you trust the process and allow them to unfold naturally according to the law of consciousness. The fact that this message has reached you today is proof that you are ready for this understanding. Your consciousness has drawn it to you at the perfect moment for your spiritual evolution. Trust this timing implicitly. Remember, Everything in your life, every person, every circumstance, every event is drawn to you by your state of consciousness. Therefore, trust that your present state of consciousness has drawn this message to you for a divine purpose. Let me share with you a secret that will transform your understanding of timing. The interval between your desire and its manifestation is not a period of waiting. It is a period of preparation. During this interval, you are being prepared to receive what you have imagined. Many of you think that your manifestations are taking too long. But I tell you, nothing takes too long when you understand that time is simply the movement of events in consciousness. The only thing that can delay your manifestation is your own doubt and anxiety about its timing. You see, when you truly understand that consciousness is the only reality, you will know that timing is not something that happens to you. It is something that happens from you. Your state of consciousness determines the timing of everything in your life. Consider this: every desire you have ever fulfilled came at exactly the right moment. Not a moment too soon or too late. This is because your consciousness, which is God, knows the perfect timing for everything. Trust this divine wisdom within you. The very fact that you are hearing these words now is evidence of this perfect timing. Your consciousness has expanded to the point where you can receive and integrate these profound truths. This is why you must trust the timing of this message. Remember, in the world of Caesar, the outer world, there appears to be time and space. But in the world of consciousness, the inner world, everything exists now. Your task is to bridge these worlds through your faithful assumption of the state of your wish fulfilled. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The timing of your manifestations is not determined by your actions in the outer world, but by your assumption in the inner world. When your assumption is natural and unwavering, perfect timing follows automatically. You see, what appears to be delay is often divine protection. Just the fruit must ripen before it can be harvested. Your desires must ripen consciousness before they can manifest in your experience. Trust this ripening process implicitly. Consider how everything in nature has its own perfect timing. The gestation of a baby, the metamorphosis of a butterfly, the changing of the seasons. Your desires operate according to the same divine law of perfect timing. The fact that this message has reached you today is no accident. It is evidence of your own expanded consciousness drawing to you the very understanding you need at this moment. Trust this divine orchestration. Remember, you are not a helpless being waiting for the right time to receive your good. You are the operant power selecting the perfect timing through your state of consciousness. Trust this power within you. Many of you have been taught to believe in external timing, in luck, in chance, in fate. But I tell you, there is no external timing. There is only the timing that proceeds from your own wonderful human imagination. Let me share with you a truth that will set you free. The timing of your manifestations is not determined by conditions in the outer world, but by the consistency of your assumption in the inner world. When your assumption is unwavering, perfect timing follows naturally. You see, what appears to be waiting is really the operation of law. Just as a seed must go through a specific process before it becomes a tree, your desires must go through a specific process in consciousness before they manifest in experience. Consider how many times in your life something arrived at what seemed like just the right moment. Was this coincidence? No. It was the perfect operation of law. Your consciousness drawing to you exactly what you needed at exactly the right time. The very fact that you are receiving this understanding now is proof of this perfect timing. Your consciousness has expanded to the point where you can receive and integrate these profound truths. Trust this expansion implicitly. Remember, in the realm of consciousness, there is no such thing as too early or too late. There is only the perfect know-all, in which all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your task is to select the state you wish to occupy and trust the timing of its manifestation. Let me tell you something that few understand. The interval between your desire and its manifestation is not empty time. It is filled with the invisible activity of consciousness, preparing the way for your desire's fulfillment. Trust this invisible activity. You see, when you truly understand that consciousness is the only reality, you will know that timing is not something that happens to you. It is something that proceeds from you. Your state of consciousness determines the timing of everything in your life. Consider the perfection of timing in your own life. How certain events had to happen in a specific order to bring you to where you are now. This same divine intelligence is at work in the timing of your current desires. The fact that this message has reached you today is evidence of this perfect timing. Your consciousness has drawn it to you at exactly the right moment for your spiritual evolution. Trust this divine orchestration completely. Remember, you are not subject to time. Time is subject to you. For you are pure consciousness, and consciousness is the only reality. Therefore, trust that your timing is always perfect, because it proceeds from your own divine self. Many of you worry about missed opportunities or lost time. But I tell you, in consciousness, there is no such thing as a missed opportunity or lost time. There is only the eternal Noel, in which all possibilities exist simultaneously. Let me share with you a profound truth. The timing of your manifestations is not determined by your efforts in the outer world, but by your ability to remain faithful to your assumption in the inner world. When your faith is unwavering, perfect timing follows naturally. You see, what appears to be delay is really the preparation of circumstances necessary for the fulfillment of your desire. Just as a mother carries her child for 9 months before birth, your desires must be carried in consciousness before their manifestation. Consider how everything in nature has its perfect timing: the blooming of a flower, the ripening of fruit, the changing of seasons. Your desires operate according to the same divine law of perfect timing. The very fact that you are hearing these words now is evidence of this perfect timing. Your consciousness has expanded to the point where you can receive and integrate these profound truths. Trust this expansion implicitly. Remember, you are not waiting for the right time. You are creating the right time through your consciousness. For consciousness is the only reality, and everything in your world proceeds from it. Let me tell you something that will transform your understanding of timing. The interval between your desire and its manifestation is not a period of waiting. It is a period of becoming. During this interval, you are becoming the person who has what you desire. You see, when you truly understand that consciousness is the only reality, you will know that timing is not something that happens to you. It is something that happens through you. Your state of consciousness determines the timing of everything in your life. Consider how many times in your life divine timing has worked in ways you couldn't understand until later. This is because your higher self, your divine consciousness, knows the perfect sequence of events necessary for the fulfillment of your desires. The very resistance you feel to trusting timing is itself perfectly timed. For it is through this resistance that you come to understand the true nature of your own consciousness and its power to orchestrate all events in your life. Let me share with you a profound truth. There is no such thing as the right time or the wrong time in the absolute sense. There is only your conception of time, and this conception is determined by your state of consciousness. You see, what appears as timing in the outer world is really the movement of states in consciousness. When you move from one state to another in consciousness, the outer world must reorganize itself to reflect this movement. This reorganization appears as timing. Consider the story of Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. Was there a wrong time or right time for their exodus? No, the timing was determined by their consciousness, by their readiness to leave the state of bondage and enter the state of freedom. The fact that you are receiving this message today is proof of this principle. Your consciousness has shifted to the point where you are ready to receive and integrate these truths. This is why you must trust the timing implicitly. Remember, everything in your world is yourself pushed out. Therefore, the timing of events in your life is not determined by external factors, but by the movements of your own consciousness. Many of you question why certain desires haven't manifested yet. But I tell you, the very questioning is evidence that you are not yet dwelling naturally in the state of fulfillment. For when you truly dwell in that state, all sense of timing dissolves. Let me share with you the ultimate secret of divine timing. It is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about assuming the right state. Now, when you do this, divine timing takes care of itself. You see, in the realm of consciousness, there is no future to wait for and no past to regret. There is only the eternal know-how in which all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your task is to select the state you wish to occupy, no doubt. Consider how a master artist knows exactly when to apply each brushstroke. This knowing doesn't come from external timing. It comes from an inner sense of rightness. Your manifestations work in the same way. The very fact that you are hearing these words now is evidence of this perfect artistic timing. Your consciousness has drawn them to you at exactly the right moment for your spiritual evolution. Remember, you are not a victim of time. You are its master. For you are pure consciousness, and consciousness is the only reality. Therefore, trust that your timing is always perfect, because it proceeds from your own divine self. As we conclude this message, I want you to understand something profound. The timing of its arrival in your life is not accidental. It is a direct reflection of your expanded consciousness, your readiness to receive these truths. You see, consciousness is eternal, existing outside of time and space. Therefore, when you operate from consciousness rather than from the limited perspective of the outer world, you align yourself with perfect divine timing. Trust then that this message has reached you today, because today is the perfect day for your consciousness to expand into this understanding. Trust that every desire in your heart is unfolding to divine timing, your divine timing. For you are the operant power, the divine presence, expressing itself through the vehicle of your human imagination. Trust this power implicitly, for it knows the perfect timing for all things. And now, as we bring this message to its close, remember this eternal truth. You are not bound by time. You are the creator of time. You are not waiting for the right moment. You are the creator of all moments. Therefore, trust the timing of this message. Trust the timing of your desires. Trust the timing of your life. For all timing proceeds from consciousness, and consciousness is who you really are. Now go forth in this understanding, knowing that every moment is the right moment when you dwell in the consciousness of your wish fulfilled. For timing is not your master, you are the master of timing. And that, my beloved friends, is the perfect truth of perfect timing. Remember, the very fact that you remain to hear this message to its conclusion is evidence of your readiness to receive its truth. Trust this divine orchestration, for it proceeds from the depths of your own being. For in truth, there is only one time, the eternal now thou. And in this NOU, you are already all that you desire to be. Trust this, live from this, and watch as divine timing unfolds perfectly in your life. Tonight we shall explore a subject that many dismiss as trivial, yet I assure you it holds within it the very keys to unlocking your greatest potential. We shall delve into the mystical hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., a time when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, when your consciousness is most receptive to the whispers of the divine. How many of you have found yourself stirring in these early chilly hours, pulled from your slumber by an unseen force? Perhaps you've dismissed it as mere restlessness or attributed it to some physical discomfort. But I tell you now with absolute certainty that these moments are sacred invitations from the universe itself. When you wake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., You are being called to partake in the creative power of the universe. This is the time when the world around you slumbers, when the noise of daily life subsides, and you are left alone with the infinite potential that resides within you. It is during these golden hours that you have the opportunity to shape your reality in ways that seem nothing short of miraculous to those who do not understand the law. But what, you may ask, should one do when roused from sleep at such an hour? My friends, I shall share with you 3 powerful practices that, when embraced with unwavering faith and persistence, will revolutionize your existence and align you with the very fabric of creation itself. The first thing you must do upon waking in these early hours is to immediately enter a state of gratitude. Gratitude, my dear listeners, is not merely a polite sentiment or a social nicety. No, gratitude is a powerful force that aligns your vibration with that of your desires. When you express genuine thankfulness for all that you have and all that you are, you open yourself to receive even greater blessings. As you lie there in the stillness of the early morning, begin to count your blessings. Start with the simplest things: the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the comfort of your bed. Then expand your gratitude to encompass all aspects of your life. Give thanks for your loved ones, your experiences, your challenges, and yes, even your unfulfilled desires. You may wonder why I ask you to be grateful for that which you have not yet received. The answer, my friends, lies in the very nature of creation. For in the realm of the infinite, time is but an illusion. Your desires already exist in their completed state. By expressing gratitude for them now, you acknowledge their reality and draw them into your physical experience. Imagine, if you will, that you desire financial abundance. In these early morning hours, feel the overwhelming gratitude for the wealth that is already yours. Give thanks for the abundance that flows to you effortlessly, for the freedom it brings, for the opportunities it affords you to help others. Feel this gratitude with every fiber of your being, as if you were already in possession of this wealth. This practice of gratitude is not a mere exercise in positive thinking. It is a recognition of the truth of your being, that you are one with the source of all creation, and that all good things are your divine birthright. When you truly embody this state of thankfulness, you become a magnet for the very things you desire. As you lie there, bathed in the glow of gratitude, you will find that your entire being begins to shift. The worries and anxieties that may have plagued you during the day begin to dissolve, replaced by a deep sense of peace and assurance. This, my friends, is the power of aligning yourself with the truth of your being. Now let us move on to the second practice that you must embrace during these sacred hours. Having filled yourself with gratitude, you must now turn your attention to the art of visualization. Visualization, when done correctly, is not mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is the conscious act of creation, the very same process by which the universe itself came into being. In these quiet hours, when your mind is free from the distractions of the waking world, you have a unique opportunity to impress upon your subconscious mind the images of your desired reality. Close your eyes and begin to construct with vivid detail the life you wish to live. See it not as a distant possibility, but as your present reality. If you desire perfect health, see yourself moving with vitality and strength. Feel the energy coursing through your body, the ease with which you breathe, the clarity of your mind. If you long for a loving relationship, see yourself embraced by your perfect partner. Feel the warmth of their love. Hear the sound of their laughter. Whatever your heart's desire may be, bring it to life in your mind's eye with such clarity that it becomes more real to you than your present circumstances. As you engage in this visualization, you must remember that you are not merely imagining a future possibility. You are, in fact, experiencing the reality of your place that can truly exist within your consciousness. For all things, my dear friends, must first be conceived in the realm of imagination before they can be made manifest in the physical world. Understand that your imagination is not separate from reality. It is the very substance of reality itself. The world you see around you is nothing more than the outpicturing of the images you hold in your mind. By consciously choosing the images you dwell upon, you are quite literally choosing the reality you will experience. As you visualize, do not simply see the end result of your desire. Experience it with all your senses. If you desire a beautiful home, walk through its rooms in your mind. Feel the texture of the furnishings, smell the flowers in the garden, hear the sound of laughter echoing through its halls. The more real you can make this experience in your imagination, the more quickly it will manifest in your physical reality. But remember, my friends, that visualization is not about forcing or straining. It should be as natural and effortless as remembering a fond memory. Allow the images to flow freely, guided by the feeling of your desire fulfilled. For it is the feeling that gives life to your visualizations that imbues them with the power to reshape your world. As you engage in this practice night after night, you will find that your visualizations become increasingly vivid and real. You may even reach a point where you can no longer distinguish between your imagined reality and your physical experience. This, my dear listeners, is the point at which true transformation begins to occur. Now, let us turn our attention to the third and final practice that you must embrace during these early morning hours. Having filled yourself with gratitude and immersed yourself in the vivid imagery of your desires fulfilled, you must now declare the truth of your being with unwavering conviction. Words, my friends, are not mere sounds or symbols on a page. They are living, vibrating energy that shapes the very fabric of your reality. The declarations you make, particularly in these receptive hours, have the power to override all contrary evidence in your physical world and establish a new order in your life. So as you lie there in the stillness of the early morning, begin to make powerful declarations of truth. Speak them aloud if you can, for there is power in the spoken word. But even if circumstances require silence, speak them with conviction in your mind. Declare, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Feel the truth of these words resonating through every cell of your body. Do not simply repeat them by rote, but imbue them with the full force of your belief. If you desire success in your career, declare, I am supremely successful in all my endeavors. Everything I touch prospers and flourishes. If you seek perfect health, proclaim, I am the embodiment of perfect health and vitality. Every cell in my body radiates with divine energy. Remember, as you make these declarations, that you are not attempting to change reality. You are simply acknowledging the truth that already exists in the realm of the absolute. Your words are not creating something new, but rather aligning your consciousness with the perfection that is your true nature. You may find at first that your logical mind rebels against these declarations. It may present you with all manner of evidence to the contrary. But I urge you, my dear friends, to persist. For your logical mind deals only with the world of effects, while your declarations are operating in the world of causes. As you continue this practice day after day, you will find that your declarations begin to take root in your subconscious mind. They will become your dominant thoughts, coloring your perceptions and guiding your actions throughout the day. And as your thoughts change, so too will your reality. Now, my dear friends, I want you to understand that these three practices, gratitude, visualization, and declaration, are not separate exercises to be performed in isolation. They are, in fact, different aspects of the same creative process. They work together in perfect harmony to align your entire being with the reality you wish to experience. As you express gratitude, you open yourself to receive. As you visualize, you impress upon your subconscious mind the image of your desire fulfilled. And as you declare, you align your conscious mind with this new reality. Together, these practices create an irresistible force that must, by the very laws of the universe, bring about the manifestation of your desires. But I must caution you, my friends, that this is not a practice to be undertaken lightly or half-heartedly. The universe responds to your dominant thoughts and feelings, not to your fleeting wishes or momentary enthusiasm. You must approach these early morning sessions with the utmost seriousness and dedication. Treat this time as sacred, for indeed it is. You are engaging in the very act of creation, partnering with the divine to shape your reality. Approach it with reverence, with joy, and with unwavering faith in the power that lies within you. You may find, as you begin this practice, that your physical circumstances do not immediately change. Do not be discouraged by this, for remember, the outer world is but a reflection of your inner states of consciousness. Continue your practice with patience and persistence, knowing that the seed you are planting in these early morning hours must, by divine law, come to fruition. As you go about your day, carry with you the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Let it infuse every action, every interaction, every moment, for it is this feeling that will bridge the gap between your current circumstances and the reality you are creating. My dear friends, I want you to understand that what I am sharing with you tonight is not some esoteric technique or complex metaphysical system. It is the very process by which all of creation comes into being. It is your birthright as a divine being, temporarily clothed in human form. You are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are that power individualized and made manifest. When you truly grasp this truth, when you feel it in the very depths of your being, you will understand that there are no limits to what you can do. The early morning hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. offer you a unique opportunity to tap into this creative power with minimal interference from the outside world. But remember, the power itself is always available to you at every moment of every day. These practices are not confined to these specific hours. They can and should be integrated into your entire life. As you begin to see the results of your efforts, as your desires begin to manifest in your physical reality, you may be tempted to share your experiences with others. Be discerning in this, my friends. Not everyone is ready to accept the truth of their own creative power. Some may scoff, others may attempt to discourage you. Remember that your only obligation is to remain true to your own inner knowing. You need not defend or explain your practices to anyone. Your results will speak for themselves, and those who are ready will be drawn to the light that begins to shine through you. As you continue on this path, you will find that your desires begin to shift. The material things that once seemed so important may lose their appeal as you realize the truth share there. You may find yourself drawn to higher aspirations, to ways of serving humanity and expressing the divine love that flows through you. Embrace these shifts, my dear friends, for they are signs of your spiritual growth and evolving consciousness. As you align more fully with your true nature, your desires will naturally come into harmony with the highest good for all. Now, I want to address a question that may have arisen in your minds as I've been speaking. Some of you may be wondering, but Neville, what if I don't naturally wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Should I set an alarm to practice these techniques? My answer to you is this: while these hours are indeed potent for the reasons I've explained, the true power lies not in the specific time, but in your state of consciousness. If you do not naturally wake during these hours, do not force it. Instead, apply these principles as you fall asleep at night and again as you wake in the morning. The moments just before sleep and just after waking are also highly receptive states. As you lie in bed at night, fill yourself with gratitude for the day that has passed and for the beautiful sleep that awaits you. Visualize your desires fulfilled and drift off to sleep in the consciousness of your wish realized. Then, upon waking, before you engage with the outside world, take a few moments to once again express gratitude, visualize, and declare the truth of your being. In this way, you bookend your sleep with powerful creative sessions, programming your subconscious mind throughout the night. Remember, my dear friends, that time is an illusion created by our physical senses. In the realm of spirit, where all creation takes place, there is only the eternal now. Whether you practice at 3 a.m., 7 a.m., or any other time, what matters is the intensity of your faith and the clarity of your vision. As we near the end of our time together, I want to impress upon you the importance of persistence. The practices I've shared with you tonight are not quick fixes or magical solutions. They are tools for aligning your consciousness with the creative power of the universe. Like any tool, their effectiveness depends on your consistent and skilled use. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate results. Some desires may manifest quickly, while others may take more time. Trust in the process, and above all, trust in yourself. You are not separate from the power that creates worlds. You are that power of focused individual expression. As you go forth from this place, I urge you to commit to this practice with all your heart. Whether you find yourself naturally waking in those early morning hours, or whether you choose to practice at other times, do so with dedication and joy. For you are embarking on the grandest adventure possible, the conscious creation of your own reality. Remember that every circumstance in your life, every person you encounter, every challenge you face is a reflection of your own consciousness. As you change your inner world through these practices, your outer world must, by divine law, change to match it. Be patient with yourself and with the process. Some days you may find it easy to enter into the state of your wish fulfilled. Other days it may seem more challenging. Accept these fluctuations as part of the journey. What matters is not perfection, but persistence. And as you persist, as you make these practices a non-negotiable part of your daily life, you will begin to see miracles unfold around you. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. The right people will come into your life at the perfect time. Circumstances will align in ways you could never have planned or anticipated. But the greatest miracle of all, my dear friends, will be the transformation that occurs within you. As you align more fully with your true nature as a divine creative being, you will find a peace and joy that surpasses all understanding. The fears and anxieties that may have plagued you will begin to dissolve, replaced by an unshakable faith in the goodness of life and in your own innate power. You will begin to see the world through new eyes. Where once you may have seen lack and limitation, you will now see infinite possibility. Where you once saw strangers and potential enemies, you will now see divine beings on their own unique journeys. Your heart will open, and you will find yourself naturally expressing love and compassion to all you encounter. This, my dear listeners, is the true purpose of the practices I've shared with you tonight. Yes, they will bring you the material desires of your heart, But more importantly, they will awaken you to the truth of who you really are. They will restore you to your rightful place as a conscious creator working in harmony with the divine forces of the universe. As we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with one final thought. The practices we've discussed, gratitude, visualization, and declaration, are not ends in themselves. They are means by which you align yourself with the creative power of the universe. But the ultimate goal is to reach a state where you no longer need these practices, because you are living in constant awareness of your oneness with the divine. Imagine a state of being where gratitude is your constant companion, where your every thought naturally creates your reality, where your words are always in alignment with the highest truth. This, my friends, is your destiny. It is the state from which you came and to which you are now returning, enriched by your experiences in this earthly realm. So go forth from this place with joy and anticipation. Embrace these practices with all your heart. Whether you find yourself awake between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., or whether you choose other times to connect with your divine nature, do so with the knowledge that you are engaging in the grandest work possible, the conscious creation of your life. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not a place to be reached, but a state of consciousness to be realized. Through these practices, you are claiming your divine birthright. You are stepping into your role as a co-creator with the infinite. I leave you now with these words. You are pure consciousness. You are divine love made manifest. You are the operant power in your world. Go forth and create magnificently, for that is why you are here. Thank you, my dear friends, and may your journey be filled with wonder, joy, and the thrill of conscious creation.
The universe does not operate on whims. It moves with purpose, intention, and an unwavering sense of justice. Every loss you've experienced, every moment of despair, has been recorded in the grand design of your existence. Nothing escapes the divine awareness of the universe. It is always listening, always responding, even when it feels silent. The timing may not align with your expectations, but it is always perfect. The return is not just about replacing what you lost, but about enriching your life in ways you could never have imagined. Think of the rain that falls after a long drought. The earth, cracked and dry, seems lifeless, but beneath that surface lies dormant potential. The rain doesn't just bring water, it brings life. It nourishes the soil, awakens the seeds, and sparks a renewal that transforms the landscape. Your life operates in the same way. The seasons of loss and waiting are not barren wastelands, they are periods of preparation. The universe is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. It is ensuring that when the rain comes, you are ready to bloom. The process of waiting can feel endless, even painful, as though you're wandering through a desert with no end in sight. But within that desert lies hidden strength, resilience, and a deepened faith. The universe uses these moments to refine you, to mold you into someone who can not only receive the blessings but also sustain and appreciate them. It's not about whether you are deserving, because you are inherently worthy. It's about ensuring that you are ready to handle the magnitude of what is coming. Every loss carries with it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that prepares you for the abundance ahead. Sometimes the lesson is patience, teaching you to trust the timing of the universe. Other times it's surrender, showing you the power of letting go and releasing control. And occasionally the lesson is gratitude, reminding you to find joy in the small, quiet moments, even when the bigger picture feels unclear. These lessons are not punishments, they are gifts. They are the tools you'll need to navigate the return of everything you've lost. You are not alone in this journey. The universe places signs, people, and opportunities along your path to remind you of its presence. These may come as a kind word from a stranger, an unexpected opportunity, or a moment of clarity in the midst of chaos. Pay attention to these moments. They are whispers from the universe, guiding you toward what is already yours. Even in the darkest times, the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances to bring you back to the light. The key is to remain open and receptive. It's easy to close yourself off after experiencing loss, to build walls around your heart in an attempt to protect yourself. But those walls can also block the blessings trying to reach you. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It is a declaration of your trust in the universe, a sign that you are ready to receive. When you open yourself to possibility, you create a space for the universe to fill with abundance. Abundance doesn't always arrive in the way you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as challenges, pushing you to grow and expand beyond your comfort zone. Other times it arrives as subtle shifts, as quiet transformations that gradually reshape your reality. And occasionally it bursts into your life with undeniable clarity, leaving no doubt that it was meant for you. Regardless of how it comes, abundance is always a reflection of your inner state. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the energy of abundance, you become a magnet for it. Your faith is a powerful force. It is the thread that connects you to the universe, the bridge that carries you through moments of uncertainty. Faith is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about believing in the unseen, in the possibilities that lie beyond your current circumstances. It is about trusting that the universe is always working for your highest good, even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is what turns loss into transformation and waiting into anticipation. As you navigate this journey, remember that the universe is infinite in its resources. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to what can be restored or renewed. The idea that loss is permanent is an illusion created by fear. The truth is that what is meant for you can never truly be lost. It may be delayed, detoured, or transformed, but it will always find its way back to you. The universe is not here to take from you, it is here to give, to replenish, and to elevate. Every moment of gratitude, every act of kindness, and every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the energy that attracts your blessings. The universe responds to your vibration, to the energy you put out into the world. When you choose to focus on hope, love, and abundance, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe in a brighter future. The universe is not confined by time or space. It operates in realms far beyond our understanding, weaving together threads of possibility to create outcomes that serve your highest good. What you perceive as delays are not denials, they are opportunities for alignment. The universe knows what you need and when you need it. Trust that its timing is always perfect, even when it feels inconvenient or unfair. The waiting is not wasted time, it is sacred time, a period of growth and preparation. Your story is still unfolding. The chapters of loss are not the final pages. They are part of a larger narrative, one that is filled with redemption, restoration, and renewal. The universe is a master storyteller, and it is crafting a tale that is uniquely yours. Every twist and turn, every moment of heartache and joy is leading you toward a resolution that will leave you in awe. Trust the process, trust the journey, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. You are part of a grand design that is intricately woven with care, precision, and boundless love. The universe sees every tear you've cried, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. These experiences are not forgotten or ignored, they are the seeds of your eventual triumph. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is being reconfigured, transformed, and prepared to return to you in a way that exceeds your greatest hopes and dreams. This is the promise of the universe, a promise that is as unshakable as the stars in the sky. The universe does not operate randomly. It aligns itself with your deepest desires, your soul's purpose, and the energy you emit. Every loss serves a higher purpose, even when that purpose is not immediately clear. The struggles and setbacks you've endured are not punishments, they are preparations. They are the universe's way of refining you, of sharpening your vision, of ensuring that when the blessings arrive, you are fully capable of embracing them. These trials are shaping you into the person who can thrive in the abundance that is on its way. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are falling into place. Sometimes the delays and detours are necessary for your growth. They force you to confront parts of yourself that need healing, to release old patterns that no longer serve you, and to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is a sacred pause that allows you to become the version of yourself that is ready to receive everything you've dreamed of and more. The universe always gives in overflowing measures. What is returned to you will not simply replace what you've lost, it will be far greater. It will be richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you could have imagined. This is the nature of divine restoration. It doesn't merely compensate, it elevates. It takes what was broken and makes it whole again, and in doing so, it creates something even more beautiful than before. The loss you've experienced is a chapter, not the conclusion. The story is still unfolding, and the ending will be worth every moment of struggle. Your role in this process is to remain open, patient, and trusting. It can be tempting to lose hope when the journey feels long, but hope is what keeps you connected to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Hope is a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you're destined to be. It is not naive or unrealistic, it is powerful and transformative. When you choose hope, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and invite the universe to work its magic in your life. Gratitude is another key to unlocking the return of what you've lost. When you focus on what you already have, no matter how small, you create a magnetic field that attracts more blessings. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, from despair to possibility. It reminds you that even in the midst of loss, there is so much to be thankful for. Each moment of gratitude sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to the good that is coming your way. The universe is always listening to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It responds to the energy you put out into the world. When you dwell on what you've lost, you anchor yourself to the past. But when you focus on what you're gaining, you propel yourself forward. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't matter. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe that something better is on the horizon. It means shifting your energy from sorrow to anticipation. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a co-creator with the universe, a powerful being with the ability to shape your reality. The energy you emit sets the tone for what the universe delivers. When you align yourself with the vibration of abundance, joy, and faith, you create a pathway for blessings to flow into your life. This is not about denying the challenges you face, it's about recognizing your power to rise above them. It's about understanding that the universe is always working for you, not against you. The journey of restoration is not always easy. It requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to trust in the unseen. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. The universe celebrates each moment of courage, each act of kindness, and each leap of faith. It sees the effort you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, and the hope you've held on to, even when it felt impossible. These are the qualities that attract abundance and ensure that what is returned to you is far greater than what was lost. As you move forward, remember that the universe is limitless in its ability to provide. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to the good that can come into your life. What you've lost is not a reflection of your worth or your value. It is not a punishment or a failure. It is a stepping stone, a part of the journey that is leading you to something greater. The universe does not take from you without the intention of giving back tenfold. It is always seeking to bring balance, to restore harmony, and to ensure that you are abundantly provided for. The return of what you've lost will not come all at once. It will arrive in waves, in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere, and in relationships that bring new depth and meaning to your life. It may not look exactly as you imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. The universe knows your heart better than you do, and it will provide in ways that surpass your greatest expectations. Trust in its wisdom and its timing, and know that your story is far from over. You are on the brink of a transformation, a turning point that will redefine your life in the most beautiful ways. The losses you've endured have not been in vain. They have prepared you, strengthened you, and positioned you to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is about to return everything you've lost and more. It is aligning circumstances, orchestrating events, and preparing you for a season of abundance that will make every moment of waiting and struggle worthwhile. Trust in this process, and trust in the boundless generosity of the universe. The universe does not operate on whims, it moves with purpose, intention, and an unwavering sense of justice. Every loss you've experienced, every moment of despair, has been recorded in the grand design of your existence. Nothing escapes the divine awareness of the universe. It is always listening, always responding, even when it feels silent. The timing may not align with your expectations, but it is always perfect. The return is not just about replacing what you lost, but about enriching your life in ways you could never have imagined. Think of the rain that falls after a long drought. The earth, cracked and dry, seems lifeless, but beneath that surface lies dormant potential. The rain doesn't just bring water, it brings life. It nourishes the soil, awakens the seeds, and sparks a renewal that transforms the landscape. Your life operates in the same way. The seasons of loss and waiting are not barren wastelands, they are periods of preparation. The universe is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. It is ensuring that when the rain comes, you are ready to bloom. The process of waiting can feel endless, even painful, as though you're wandering through a desert with no end in sight. But within that desert lies hidden strength, resilience, and a deepened faith. The universe uses these moments to refine you, to mold you into someone who can not only receive the blessings but also sustain and appreciate them. It's not about whether you are deserving, because you are inherently worthy. It's about ensuring that you are ready to handle the magnitude of what is coming. Every loss carries with it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that prepares you for the abundance ahead. Sometimes the lesson is patience, teaching you to trust the timing of the universe. Other times it's surrender, showing you the power of letting go and releasing control. And occasionally the lesson is gratitude, reminding you to find joy in the small, quiet moments even when the bigger picture feels unclear. These lessons are not punishments, they are gifts. They are the tools you'll need to navigate the return of everything you've lost. The key is to remain open and receptive. It's easy to close yourself off after experiencing loss, to build walls around your heart in an attempt to protect yourself. But those walls can also block the blessings trying to reach you. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It is a declaration of your trust in the universe, a sign that you are ready to receive. When you open yourself to possibility, you create a space for the universe to fill with abundance. Abundance doesn't always arrive in the way you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as challenges, pushing you to grow and expand beyond your comfort zone. Other times it arrives as subtle shifts, as quiet transformations that gradually reshape your reality. And occasionally it bursts into your life with undeniable clarity, leaving no doubt that it was meant for you. Regardless of how it comes, abundance is always a reflection of your inner state. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the energy of abundance, you become a magnet for it. Your faith is a powerful force. It is the thread that connects you to the universe, the bridge that carries you through moments of uncertainty. Faith is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about believing in the unseen, in the possibilities that lie beyond your current circumstances. It is about trusting that the universe is always working for your highest good, even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is what turns loss into transformation and waiting into anticipation. As you navigate this journey, remember that the universe is infinite in its resources. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to what can be restored or renewed. The idea that loss is permanent is an illusion created by fear. The truth is that what is meant for you can never truly be lost. It may be delayed, detoured, or transformed, but it will always find its way back to you. The universe is not here to take from you, it is here to give, to replenish, and to elevate. Every moment of gratitude, every act of kindness, and every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the energy that attracts your blessings. The universe responds to your vibration, to the energy you put out into the world. When you choose to focus on hope, love, and abundance, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe in a brighter future. The universe is not confined by time or space. It operates in realms far beyond our understanding, weaving together threads of possibility to create outcomes that serve your highest good. What you perceive as delays are not denials, they are opportunities for alignment. The universe knows what you need and when you need it. Trust that its timing is always perfect, even when it feels inconvenient or unfair. The waiting is not wasted time, it is sacred time, a period of growth and preparation. Your story is still unfolding. The chapters of loss are not the final pages. They are part of a larger narrative, one that is filled with redemption, restoration, and renewal. The universe is a master storyteller, and it is crafting a tale that is uniquely yours. Every twist and turn, every moment of heartache and joy is leading you toward a resolution that will leave you in awe. Trust the process, trust the journey, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. You are part of a grand design that is intricately woven with care, precision, and boundless love. The universe sees every tear you've cried, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. These experiences are not forgotten or ignored, they are the seeds of your eventual triumph. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is being reconfigured, transformed, and prepared to return to you in a way that exceeds your greatest hopes and dreams. This is the promise of the universe, a promise that is as unshakable as the stars in the sky. The universe does not operate randomly. It aligns itself with your deepest desires, your soul's purpose, and the energy you emit. Every loss serves a higher purpose, even when that purpose is not immediately clear. The struggles and setbacks you've endured are not punishments, they are preparations. They are the universe's way of refining you, of sharpening your vision, of ensuring that when the blessings arrive, you are fully capable of embracing them. These trials are shaping you into the person who can thrive in the abundance that is on its way. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are falling into place. Sometimes the delays and detours are necessary for your growth. They force you to confront parts of yourself that need healing, to release old patterns that no longer serve you, and to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is a sacred pause that allows you to become the version of yourself that is ready to receive everything you've dreamed of and more. The universe always gives in overflowing measures. What is returned to you will not simply replace what you've lost, it will be far greater. It will be richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you could have imagined. This is the nature of divine restoration. It doesn't merely compensate, it elevates. It takes what was broken and makes it whole again, and in doing so, it creates something even more beautiful than before. The loss you've experienced is a chapter, not the conclusion. The story is still unfolding, and the ending will be worth every moment of struggle. Your role in this process is to remain open, patient, and trusting. It can be tempting to lose hope when the journey feels long, but hope is what keeps you connected to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Hope is a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you're destined to be. It is not naive or unrealistic, it is powerful and transformative. When you choose hope, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and invite the universe to work its magic in your life. Gratitude is another key to unlocking the return of what you've lost. When you focus on what you already have, no matter how small, you create a magnetic field that attracts more blessings. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, from despair to possibility. It reminds you that even in the midst of loss, there is so much to be thankful for. Each moment of gratitude sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to the good that is coming your way. The universe is always listening to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It responds to the energy you put out into the world. When you dwell on what you've lost, you anchor yourself to the past. But when you focus on what you're gaining, you propel yourself forward. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't matter. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe that something better is on the horizon. It means shifting your energy from sorrow to anticipation. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a co-creator with the universe, a powerful being with the ability to shape your reality. The energy you emit sets the tone for what the universe delivers. When you align yourself with the vibration of abundance, joy, and faith, You create a pathway for blessings to flow into your life. This is not about denying the challenges you face, it's about recognizing your power to rise above them. It's about understanding that the universe is always working for you, not against you. The journey of restoration is not always easy. It requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to trust in the unseen. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. The universe celebrates each moment of courage, each act of kindness, and each leap of faith. It sees the effort you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, and the hope you've held on to, even when it felt impossible. These are the qualities that attract abundance and ensure that what is returned to you is far greater than what was lost. As you move forward, remember that the universe is limitless in its ability to provide. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to the good that can come into your life. What you've lost is not a reflection of your worth or your value. It is not a punishment or a failure. It is a stepping stone, a part of the journey that is leading you to something greater. The universe does not take from you without the intention of giving back tenfold. It is always seeking to bring balance, to restore harmony, and to ensure that you are abundantly provided for. The return of what you've lost will not come all at once. It will arrive in waves, in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere, and in relationships that bring new depth and meaning to your life. It may not look exactly as you imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. The universe knows your heart better than you do, and it will provide in ways that surpass your greatest expectations. Trust in its wisdom and its timing, and know that your story is far from over. You are on the brink of a transformation, a turning point that will redefine your life in the most beautiful ways. The losses you've endured have not been in vain. They have prepared you, strengthened you, and positioned you to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is about to return everything you've lost and more. It is aligning circumstances, orchestrating events, and preparing you for a season of abundance that will make every moment of waiting and struggle worthwhile. Trust in this process, and trust in the boundless generosity of the universe. The universe works in ways we cannot always see or comprehend, weaving together moments, decisions, and experiences to form the fabric of our lives. There are seasons when it feels as though everything is slipping through our fingers: relationships, opportunities, dreams. Loss, no matter how familiar it may feel, carries a weight that often leaves us questioning our path and our purpose. Yet, what if I told you that the universe never truly takes away without the intention to give back? What if every loss you've endured was simply a preparation for a return far greater than you can imagine? Think about the seeds that are buried in the darkness of the soil. To the untrained eye, it may appear as though they've been lost, buried beneath layers of earth. But in reality, they are being prepared for something extraordinary. It is in the unseen spaces that growth begins. The soil isn't the end, it's the beginning. In the same way, the losses you've experienced are not endings. They are the foundation for what is to come. The universe, much like the tide, moves in cycles. What goes out eventually comes back in, often carrying treasures you never expected. Perhaps you lost something that felt irreplaceable: a relationship, a job, a dream that seemed so close you could almost touch it. But loss is not final. The universe has a way of recalibrating, of taking what was lost and transforming it into something even more aligned with who you are becoming. Sometimes the return doesn't look exactly like what you lost. It looks better, fuller, richer, because it aligns with the growth you've undergone in the process. Every tear you've cried, every night you've spent questioning, has not been in vain. The universe records every emotion, every whispered prayer, and every act of faith. It's not about whether the universe remembers; it always does. It's about timing, about orchestrating the perfect moment for what you need to meet you on your journey. There's a divine rhythm to this, one that cannot be rushed or forced. Trust that what is meant for you is on its way, even now. The key to this return lies in your perspective. Loss can often feel like punishment, like a door closing forever. But what if the door that closed was only redirecting you to something more magnificent? What if the path that seemed blocked was actually protecting you from harm? The universe operates on a higher plane, one that sees beyond our limited view. It is in this trust, this surrender, that we find peace in the waiting. Your task is not to chase after what was lost, but to remain open to what is being restored. The restoration may not happen in the way you expect, but it will happen in the way that serves you best. It may come quietly in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere, or in relationships that heal wounds you thought would never mend. The universe speaks in whispers and signs, in synchronicities that remind you it is always working on your behalf. So stand firm in your faith, in your hope, and in your belief that the universe is abundant and just. You are not forgotten, and your pain is not gone unnoticed. There is a shift happening, a turning of tides, a cosmic realignment. What you have lost is making its way back to you, transformed and multiplied. Trust the process. The universe always keeps its promises. The universe operates on principles far deeper than what our human understanding can grasp. It moves with intention, aligning everything in perfect harmony, even when we cannot see the bigger picture. The moments in life that feel like loss are not random, they are the universe's way of recalibrating your path. Sometimes the things you lose are not truly taken, they are being prepared, refined and returned in a way that fits the life you are meant to lead. Think about the times in nature when transformation is necessary. The caterpillar must dissolve entirely in its cocoon to emerge as a butterfly. To the outside world, it might appear that the caterpillar has ceased to exist, that all its potential has been destroyed. But within that stillness, that dark and confined space, a miracle is happening. What looks like destruction is, in fact, a necessary phase of transformation. The same applies to your journey. What you've lost is not truly gone. It is in the process of becoming something greater. Loss is often the universe's way of removing what no longer serves your highest good. Even when it feels painful, even when it feels unfair, it is important to understand that some things must be released to make room for the abundance waiting to flow into your life. You cannot pour water into a full cup without first emptying it. And sometimes the universe takes the responsibility of emptying your cup, because it knows you are ready for more, even if you don't feel prepared. The truth is, we often cling to what we know, even when it limits us. We hold tightly to relationships, jobs, or circumstances that may feel safe but are not truly aligned with the greatness within us. The universe sees this and lovingly intervenes. It allows certain things to slip away so that you can grow into the person you are meant to be. This process is not a punishment, it is an act of love. It is a reminder that your potential is limitless and that settling for less is not part of your divine plan. When you reflect on the seasons of loss in your life, you may notice a pattern. Each time you thought you had lost everything, something better eventually emerged. It may have taken time, patience, and faith, but the return always came. The universe is not bound by time the way we are. It doesn't operate on our schedules or deadlines. It works in alignment with divine timing, delivering what we need precisely when we are ready to receive it. This is why trust is so important. Trust is the bridge between loss and restoration. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded when everything feels uncertain. Trusting the universe doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging your feelings while holding on to the belief that there is a greater plan at work. It means knowing that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like the opposite is true. The energy you emit into the universe plays a significant role in what you attract back to you. If you focus solely on the pain of your losses, you may unknowingly block the blessings that are trying to find their way to you. But when you shift your perspective and begin to express gratitude, even for the lessons hidden within the loss, you create a space for the universe to work its magic. Gratitude is a powerful force. It signals to the universe that you are ready to receive and that you trust the process. Imagine your life as a garden. The losses you experience are like seeds planted in the soil. At first, it may seem as though nothing is happening. The ground looks barren and the waiting feels endless. But beneath the surface, the seeds are sprouting, growing roots, and preparing to break through. The harvest doesn't come overnight, but when it does, it is abundant and overflowing. Your job is to water those seeds with faith, nurture them with hope, and trust that the universe is tending to your garden, even when you can't see it. Sometimes what the universe returns to you is not exactly what you lost, but something even better. You may have been holding on to a vision of what you thought you needed, only to discover that the universe had something far greater in store. This is why it's important to remain open, to release the grip of expectation and allow the universe to surprise you. The blessings coming your way may not look like what you imagined, but they will be exactly what you need. Think about the stories of those who overcame great loss and went on to achieve extraordinary things. They didn't let their losses define them. Instead, they used those experiences as stepping stones, as fuel for their journey. The same power lies within you. Every loss you've endured has shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you for the abundance that is on its way. The universe doesn't make mistakes. If something was removed from your life, it was for a reason. And if something is meant to return, it will do so in divine timing. It's easy to feel forgotten in moments of loss, to wonder if the universe has overlooked your struggles. But the truth is, the universe never forgets. It keeps a perfect record of your efforts, your sacrifices, and your perseverance. It knows every tear you've cried and every silent prayer you've whispered. And it is working tirelessly to bring balance to your life, to restore what has been taken, and to multiply it beyond your imagination. In these moments of waiting, it's important to take care of your spirit. Surround yourself with positivity, with people and practices that uplift you. Engage in activities that remind you of your worth and your strength. The waiting period is not a time of inactivity, it is a time of preparation. Use it to grow, to heal, and to align yourself with the energy of abundance. The more aligned you are, the easier it will be for the universe to deliver its blessings. Remember that you are a co-creator with the universe. Your thoughts, intentions, and actions play a vital role in shaping your reality. If you dwell on what was lost, you may miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. But if you focus on what is possible, on the infinite potential that exists within you, you open the door for miracles to unfold. The universe responds to your energy, so choose to vibrate at the frequency of hope, love, and gratitude. There is a profound beauty in knowing that the universe is always on your side. It sees your struggles, your triumphs, and everything in between. It celebrates your victories and mourns your losses with you. And most importantly, it is always working to restore balance, to ensure that every loss is met with an equal or greater gain. The universe is about to return everything you have lost, and when it does, you will look back and understand that every step of the journey was necessary.